Hello everybody, and welcome back to our Let's Play series of Demon Souls. We last left off defeating the Leechmonger, and this is the arena that we fought Leechmonger in. It's kind of cool looking, but to get a better look of it all. So we're just going to pick up some items real quick and then head back to the Nexus. Looks like some of these guys did not make it. Quite a few, actually. They're part of the walls and everything now. Okay, we just picked up the Writhing Demon Soul. I almost thought it would be a little more red, just because, you know, a leech and blood and everything. But still pretty cool looking. The Soul of the Leechmonger Demon, a source of great power. If we picked up anything new, as far as weapons or anything. We also picked up the Morning Star earlier. It's kind of like a mace, but it also has the bleed effect, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's head back to the Nexus. There she is. Let's try to level up a little bit first.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Art thou finished? May thy strength help the world be mended.
Okay, next let's use up some souls. Buy some stuff, maybe level up a little bit more. Forget how many we actually needed for our next level. So close. Okay.
I shall await thy return.
So, just for fun, we're actually going to head on over to a really good soul farming area, which is the ritual path. And we're just going to do a little bit of soul farming quick and continue on. The ritual path. Archstone of the Adjudicator Demon. The Adjudicator bestows tokens of heroism upon the deserving dead, who are delivered by shadow men to the depths of the Shrine of Storms, where they are cleansed by bright water and mourned by the storm. We're not really going to get too far into it, but we'll check out the beginning area to show off the farming spot.
Hello there, we meet again. You look terrible. Cheer up. Life is an adventure.
Okay, this is great. Robert Blige once again.
There's somebody I ought to warn you about. A fella who lacks common decency. They call him Patches the Hyena. And he's the one that laid that trap for me. He's the kind of person who'd stab his own mother in the back. If you happen to spot him, you'd do us all a favour by putting him out of his misery.
See if he has any new items we could buy. Ooh, fire arrows are pretty cool. And there are also holy arrows. So what you're going to want to do is just take out this Reaper real quick. And then once you do, all of the minions will also die. And you get all of their souls each time. And that's pretty good. That's about 3,700 per round. And you just do that a couple times whenever you want some extra souls. So we'll quickly reset the area and do it one more time. Now when we actually play this level, we'll come back and pick up all the items that we're ignoring at the moment. Quite the view. Okay, we're back in the Nexus. We should be able to get about 2 levels. And we're going to try to keep leveling up that
Now seize
faith.
the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its
I
vessel.
believe we need 24 faith in order to use the large sword of moonlight. So we're about halfway there.
Wait, where art thou?
I can forge weapons for you for the faith.
Definitely need more arrows. And I wonder if we can upgrade any equipment at the moment. We are a little short on the compound shortbow. But we should be able to take this Collige to +4. And let's purchase some arrows. Another 50. And we'll just pick up a little more grass.
You come back alive.
Okay, we're gonna quick kill off our character. Just to go back into soul form. Awesome. Let's take another little look around the Nexus. Just to see if there's any new dialogue between any of these characters.
You've gone and died, have you? If you die here in Boletaria, your soul will return to this temple. Well, what'll you do next? Give up? That's what I did. I think I just lost my nerve for this kind of thing.
Oh my, how has this happened? Has God abandoned us for King Allant, failing to show proper respect? Oh, Mbassa.
Oh, you must be another disciple of God. I too am on a quest to fight the demons in the name of the Lord. May I share God's power with you? Do not be bashful. We are both cut from the same cloth. A miracle is a heavenly act, but spells are the acts of demons, the work of soul arts. They have similar effects, and yet one is clearly evil, and the other is clearly good. Magicians, in the end, are mere servants of the demons.
Okay, so these are some examples of miracles in the game that have been registered so far. We have Hidden Soul. You can see in the little video kind of what it looks like when you actually perform the miracle. And again, a miracle would require a talisman. So Hidden Soul hides oneself from black phantoms. Evacuate will send the user back to the Nexus. Quite an expensive miracle at 20,000 souls, but if you wanted to ever just leave an area that you're in and return to the Nexus, you can use this. This is going to be like a heal effect. So you would perform the miracle and you would regenerate some of your health. And then we have an antidote which would cure poison. So as far as the heal, just for the description, it's a display of God's power, a great friend to warrior clerics who have departed on long journeys of solitude. I would think that a good time to use a heal is like in between fighting and when you have a time when there's no enemies around you, so then you don't have to use your grass items. But again, anytime you would use a miracle, you'll see that there is an MP cost, which is going to affect how big your blue bar is, essentially. Description on Evacuate. A new miracle discovered in Boletaria transports the caster back to the Nexus. The Nexus lures and imprisons the most powerful souls, and this miracle works by manipulating this phenomenon. And then Hidden Soul. The perilous black phantoms that wander the lands of Boletaria are enemies of God and man alike. Pretty cool. And you would essentially buy a miracle or learn a miracle, and then you would attune the miracle, and then you would be able to equip it in that upper slot to the above the weapon and the shield.
Well.
Currently, we just have a black
May
square.
we meet again.
I have sinned
I swore allegiance to Saint Urbain. But
You can see he is holding a talisman, it looks like, right there.
I have run away and abandoned his augustness.
Now you can see that these people, especially this guy, talked about how miracles are God's powers and God's work. However, he describes spells as being that of demons. See if we have any new stuff to talk about with
Are you here to face
our
the
spell
demons?
merchant.
If so, please free Sage Frake the Visionary from his cell in Latria. I will help you, however I can. I can teach you elementary spells. Sage Frake is a gleaming hope for humankind, but I have not the power to save him alone. Master Frake is a great man who has systemized the magic of the soul arts to make it possible for human imitation. By observing all the more reason that...
Okay, don't think we have any new dialogue from him. Let's see if we have any magic descriptions. So for example, if you were building up your intelligence to become a mage character, you would potentially have soul arrow, flame toss, enchant weapon, and so forth. So just some descriptions here. Soul arrow, inflict magic damage, making them effective against targets that are resistant to physical attacks such as metal armor and hard scales. We have flame toss, which is going to explode upon impact, inflicting fire damage to the target. Enchanted weapon is going to essentially buff your weapon with some magic. Familiar's prank, I believe, is used to kind of distract enemies. Cloaking will make your character hard to see. It masks the caster's presence, making it easier to sneak up on enemies, essentially. And protection, it reduces the damage that your character will take. We also have Water Veil. This is going to be a buff to resist fire damage much stronger. So essentially, if you are being attacked by a fire spell or fire weapon, and you have Water Veil on, you will take a lot less damage. Support magic. Blankets the caster in a liquid membrane, reducing damage taken from fire. Pretty cool. And that's all we have here at the moment. But once we rescue Sage Frake, he will have many more advanced spells to review. In addition, there is another caster that we will also rescue later on in the playthrough, and she will appear over here. Nexus is pretty cool. It's fun to just look around sometimes and appreciate it.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings.
See if Stockpile Thomas has any new dialogue.
Sages and all manner of wise men watch over the halls of this nexus. This rejuvenating sanctum is a fine place for the slayers of demons to rest their weary bones. I too must contribute how I can, for we are indebted to our honourable defenders.
Okay, let's organize some storage while we're here. Okay, you'll notice how we are acquiring various types of shards that will be used for different types of upgrade paths. So hardstone, large hardstone are essentially just going to be upgrading your weapon to +10. It's just going to create a greater attack. And this will be physical damage, I believe. We also have... Okay, so we'll see that Hearthstone is good for swords, axes, hammers, whereas Sharpstone is good for swords, spears, or curved swords, spears, and daggers. Clearstone is used to create, or used to enhance quality weapons. So that's when you're going to upgrade strength and dexterity kind of evenly. So instead, our character would have, like, for example, 25 strength, 25 dexterity. Greystone appears to be used to craft weapons that rely on strength primarily. And we'll see that in straight swords, axes, hammers. Bladestone, which is what we tend to pick up when we fight the skeleton enemies, are good for making weapons sharp, which is going to scale with your dexterity. You'll see that curved swords work really well when you use Bladestone shards. Farming Bladestone shards overall can be pretty tough, though. Lots of skeletons you're going to have to kill. And then Dragonstone imbues weapons with fire. And you'll see it can reinforce straight swords, axes, hammers, and the like. Marrowstone shard is used to craft close-range stabbing weapons, favorable for critical strikes. Weapons can be reinforced by marrowstones up to level 5. Considered to be crystallized from minerals present in human blood. So, for example, it would probably behoove me to upgrade my dagger, potentially with marrowstone shards, to increase the critical strikes. Spiderstone shards are... You're really going to want to... If you want to level up your dexterity, you can make a pretty cool bow, I believe called the sticky bow, and then you're going to be using Spiderstone shards to upgrade that bow. It's kind of fun. Spiderstone, it's by the Armor Spider. It's kind of fun to think about how it matches. And Cloudstone Shard, a shard of green ore that occurs between clouds, and it is for fortifying shields. I've actually never used Cloudstone Shard. Might be kind of interesting to play around with, though. It blocks light, increasing a shield's capacity to block magic. And then we have a Meltstone Shard, which is going to undo past reinforcement that you have applied to a weapon. So it's like going to strip that weapon of the upgrades you have done. Let's take a look at each one. Pretty cool. Ooh, Sucker Stone Shard. I don't think we talked about that one. So imbues weapons with a bloodletting effect. I'm going to think that is going to be bleed related. Okay, we do not need our Grey Club or our Morning Star. We can drop those off. Actually, don't think we're going to be needing our Crushing Battle Axe either. Oh, and this is the talisman I was talking about earlier. So if you want to cast miracles, you want to use something like this. We don't have a crossbow equipped, so we might as well drop off our bolts. We also picked up soul remains while, I believe, the skeletons on Island's Edge, I think there were soul remains that we picked up there. And this item is essentially going to be used for luring the soul deprived. It's kind of like a little, it's like bait, kind of. Okay, let's see if our blacksmith has any new dialogue.
Trade with your souls. Well, Ed's still up to his old ways, is he? Even the demons don't know what to do with him, hmm? Yeah, I say. Mr. Harry, where are you off to? Have you any manners?
Thou seekest the power, then touch the demon.
A quick talk to our maiden in black, just to see if she has any new dialogue.
Myself, I'm only here to tend to each flame. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here.
Okay, nothing new there. And we'll lastly check in with our friend Estrava over here, see if there's anything new.
Here in Boletaria, we speak of the legend of the two swords and the solitary hero. The two swords are Demon Brand and Soul Brand. One sword banishes that which befouls man, and the other banishes man himself. The solitary hero is old King Doran. King Doran is the Everlasting One, founder of Boletaria and protector of the two swords. Of course, only according to legend. But in the dark state of our land, sometimes legends are all we have.
Okay, so we've taken out the first level in most of these areas. Ooh, pretty cool looking. I looked at the sides here. So I bet these are pieces of this archstone right here, which is not in use. I believe this is to the land of the giants. I do not think... Well, I don't know exactly what the land of the giants pertains to, but it still would be cool if this had an opportunity to explore at some point. Okay, so on our next video, we are actually going to start exploring the Archstone of the Tower Queen. But until then, I would like to thank all of you for tuning in, and we will talk again real soon.